Welcome to this month's exciting episode of Bowling Showcase, the only show to bring you everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world, Metro Detroit. I'm your host, Mark Martin. Well, here we are in November. The weather getting colder, leaves changing color, and the bowling season starting to take off. In this episode, we'll bring you the first MDUSBC tournament of the year, the MDUSBC Queens Championship, and a look at the 2018 Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame Banquet. But first, I'd like to once again thank our host center for all of our magazine shows this season, Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park. And like every episode, we'll be taking a peek around this historic center later on in the show and learn about everything they have to offer. One more thing before we get started. Beginning next week, we'll be bringing you all the excitement of the 2018 Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. We have 8 youth teams competing in a 7-week-long head-to-head single-game elimination Baker-style tournament. And at the end of the 7 weeks, a champion will be crowned. You're not going to want to miss a minute of all the exciting action, so remember to watch Bowling Showcase every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on WADL Detroit. Now let's jump right into our first tournament of the season, the 2018 MDUSBC Queens Championship from Garden Bowl in Detroit, now on Bowling Showcase. Historic Garden Bowl in Detroit was the setting for this season's 2018 Queens Championship. As the premier MDUSBC event for women bowlers, the competition was fierce and competitive, with familiar faces, Hall of Famers, and returning champions all lining up to take a run at the top prize. After 6 games of qualifying, it was Kathleen Mays of Westland who led the way as the top qualifier with a 6-game total of 1277. Going into match play on Sunday, Mays stayed in the winner's bracket by first beating Cassandra Dulesky of Royal Oak 245 to 155. She then beat a pair of women's series standouts. First, Ashley Denard of Southfield 199 to 183. And Lauren Roberts of Warren 179 to 161 to move into the championship game and wait out her opponent. Lisa Lambert of Allen Park qualified third with 1254, which included a high game of 254. This seeded her third going into match play. She lost her first match to Hall of Fame bowler Sandy Schultz of Macomb, 200 to 168, which knocked her into the loser's bracket and made for a long day. Once in the loser's bracket, she beat Tanisha Burris of Lansing 190 to 149. Then avenged the earlier loss with a blistering 277 to 151 win over Schultz. Her next match was one of the toughest of her day against Rachel Davis of Canton that ended in a tie at 182. The competitors went into a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, which Lambert won 37 to 29 to stay in the competition. She then dispatched Lauren Roberts 215 to 180 to advance to the championship match. The final match was a seesaw battle between Mays and Lambert. After a few tough shots, Mays locked in and started racking up the pins. Lambert also continued to bowl well, but the fatigue of 2 long days of bowling finally got the best of her, and Mays won the match 192 to 149. I'm here with Kathleen Mays, the winner of the Metro Detroit USBC Queens. How does that sound, Kathleen?
It sounds amazing. I mean, the start of the day, all I wanted to do was win one. And it just continued from there, and I feel amazing.
When qualifying yesterday, you had some good games and some not so good games. What do you account for that?
I think the pair I was on was a tough pair because I noticed a lot of the same type of scores I was getting, and just grinded out making spares, which was the goal, and it was enough, which is all that mattered.
Okay. Well, you led qualifying, and then you went on and became an undefeated Queens champion. That's pretty amazing.
It is. When I was facing Ashley, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and grinding it out, I ended up coming out on top, and from there it just kind of kept staying relaxed and hoping that everything was going to be good. Definitely. And I think the past 3 years I would go in the loser's bracket and then I'd lose. So that was my goal, was win game one and just hopefully keep winning so I wouldn't have to have that feeling of dread.
Well, you bowled great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what? I was pulling the ball today and I got in a lot of split trouble. So I had to really calm myself down. I was really overly strong and excited. And I try not to watch anybody else bowl. I was really working on that too because everybody else was striking around me. So that match really taught me to go into the next one for sure. And then I won the next match. So I was pretty happy with that, but I had a while to calm down. There's no doubt about that.
And even in that match against Rachel, you thought you had lost, I think, right? When you went off to the bathroom, and then she ended up missing for the tie.
Yeah, and I came right back, and that was okay. I made my spares. And that's what bowling's all about. Sometimes you just have to keep going. It's not over till it's over. So, and Rachel did the best she could. She was throwing the ball a little better than I was, so I got lucky.
Congratulations to all the bowlers, and a big congratulations to champion Kathleen Mays. Many of these women bowlers will be competing in this year's upcoming highly competitive Women's Series events, and you can watch all that upcoming action all season long right here. We're going to take a little break. Stick around. We'll be right back with more bowling action on Bowling Showcase.
Won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
The Bowling Centers Association of Michigan is a nonprofit trade organization that protects, promotes, and advances the interest of its members and member centers. It is the only association in Michigan affiliated with the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. Benefits include group purchasing programs, tournaments, annual convention and trade show, education seminars, and legislative representation. Interested in becoming a member? Contact Bo Gergen at 989-600-0992 or visit mibowl.com. Welcome back. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we are honored to be hosted right here at historic Thunderbolt Lanes all season long. So join me now for a quick little peek at this classic bowling center, and maybe you'll learn something new. Okay, so here I am with Cindy McCaffrey, the event planner at Thunderbolt Lanes. Cindy, great room we're sitting in, we're standing in right now. What do you do down here?
Well, this is one of our fantastic party rooms that we offer for our birthday parties. We have 2 party rooms, and all of our birthday parties take place in one secluded area of our bowling center. With our birthday parties, with our 2-hour package, it includes 2 hours of unlimited bowling, 2 hours of free unlimited arcade play in our free play arcade, and also a party area for you and your guests to sing happy birthdays, do your presents, have your pizza and pop, and have a little quiet time to be able to socialize with each other.
Okay, so in the bowling, do you turn the lights down?
Yes,
what do you do?
It is the Cosmic Glow Bowling with all the lights, the music. We have music videos playing with all up-to-date music. The kids love it. We offer bumper bowling for all of our kids. We also have ball ramps available. and lightweight balls for all the younger kids that would like to participate in our parties as well.
Okay, so what do you find the kids like to do most of those activities?
The main thing I would say is probably our arcade. The arcade is excellent. All of the games are a lot of fun from all ages, from small children to teenagers. Even adults like to jump on the rides and get in there and give them a try.
I'm going to try that a little later.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Okay. Okay, so here at Thunderbolt, you have a big place. What other kind of parties do you host?
We offer all kinds of parties. This time of year, we're booking a lot of holiday parties. We do all sorts of corporate events, from just them getting together to have a good time to team building events. We also do all sorts of fundraisers, anywhere from churches, private organizations, and we do a lot of sports teams fundraisers as well.
Okay, so I got 1,000 people at my company that I want to host here.
Bring them on in.
Can you fit it?
We sure can. We have 90 lanes in our center. We have plenty of space. We can fit your party anywhere from 10 people to 1,000.
Now is the time for them to book their holiday parties and their birthday parties. How do they do that?
They can check out our website at thunderbolt.org, or they can give us a call at 313-928-4688.
Cindy, thank you very much for telling us all about parties here at Thunderbolt Lanes. I'm heading to the arcade.
All right.
Now it's time to tell you about some upcoming tournament events so you can enter and bowl against the best. The MDUSBC Youth Championship starts a run of 5 Sundays on November 4th. This always fun-filled event allows our youth members to enjoy tournament competition. The entry fee is only $15 per person per event, with scholarship points up for grabs. The Youth Championship will be held at Super Bowl in Canton. Why not get your kids out of the house, be active, and try their hand at winning scholarship points? The MDUSBC Women's Series, presented by the Hamtramck Singles Classic, enters its 8th season on November 11th at Mayflower Lanes in Redford. A men's series will be contested in conjunction with the women's series this year. This is the first of 5 scratch events designed for bowlers to cut their teeth on keen competition. This will be followed up with the second event to be held December 9th at Westland Bowl in Westland. The MDUSBC 500 Club Tournament is Sunday, December 2nd at Bowl 1 Lanes in Troy. Women who have bowled a 500 series in their lifetime are eligible for this day of fun and handicap competition. The cost is only $22. The cash payout happens at the end of the day to those who end up in the top places. This is always a great time and will be even better when you join in the fun. The McKay Pro-Am Invitational Doubles will take place on Saturday, December 8th at Sterling Lanes in Sterling Heights. This annual event raises funds for the Karmanos Cancer Institute in the International Bowling Hall of Fame and Museum. Since 1990, this event has raised over $280,000 for the causes. Call the MDUSBC office at 248-443-2695, extension 105 for more information or to enter or visit mdusbc.com. Remember, all of our tournament information can be found at mdusbc.com. Now it's time to improve your game with TurboTech, driven to bowl.
Welcome back to TurboTech. I'm Lori Mraz, and I'm here today with our National Sales Manager, Chris Sand, and we're here to tell you about an exciting new product from Turbo called the Wrist Restrictor. Pretty cool new training aid designed to reduce over-rotation of the bowling ball at release or the dreaded backup ball release.
Yeah, we've been testing it here in our facility for about 8 months now. We've been working with a lot of high school students, and it's instant feedback. They can actually use it while they're bowling, so they really enjoy that. It's really simple to use. In years past, we've always had a wrist brace that you can reduce the wrist from going back or forward, but never really help you with the over-rotation aspect of it. So simple product here. You get a glove with it. It comes in 3 different sizes: small, medium, medium, large, large, extra large. You also get a forearm strap that you would attach to the forearm, and then this leather piece. This leather piece is the key. So what we would do is we'd take this leather piece, attach it to the stud, wrap it around the wrist according to what your deficiency is, and attach it to the forearm restraint, and we kind of restrict you from doing the bad things.
Chris is actually going to put the device on our student here today and show you how it works.
We now have our student Brad, and we're going to show how to put on the wrist restrictor. So Brad is a right-handed bowler, so we're going to put this glove on your right hand. It is universal, it can be used on the right and the left hand. Brad, go ahead and put that on your right hand. I'm then going to get this forearm strap ready for him to apply to his forearm. This is just going to go over the wrist as well. We apply it to the forearm just below the elbow. Secure it nice and tight. This does have Velcro on it, and that's the key. This is where the leather strap is going to attach to the forearm piece. So for this particular purpose, we're going to try and eliminate the over rotation. So Brad, what I need you to do is I need you to turn your palm out, thumb to the outside of the elbow. Now I'm going to take our leather strap, attach it to the stud. I'm now going to wrap it around the wrist and attach it to our forearm strap. Now, Brad, go ahead and try and rotate your hand. We can see how much he is now restricted and is now going to get the proper rotation. All right, so now we're going to strap Brad in to eliminate his backup ball release. So we can still use the same glove, the same forearm piece, and the leather strap. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to take Brad's palm and we're going to face it towards the ground. I'm now going to take our leather piece, attach it to the stud, wrap it over the wrist, and attach it to our forearm piece now. Now you may feel a little difference when we're doing the backup release because the strap will need to go a little bit longer. So you can see I've moved it up a little bit, but we can now feel we can't exactly make that motion that causes that reverse hook or that backup ball.
So that's it. Pretty simple product to use, 3 pieces, 2 ways to use it. Find it at your local retailer or at turbogrips.com.
Thank you to TurboTech. We'll continue bringing you coaching tips and techniques every month here on Bowling Showcase, so keep watching to improve your game. Now, before we take another commercial break, I'd like to give you a little information about the Metro Detroit USBC and why it's so important for you and your league to be part of it. Let's take a look. Welcome to a new season of bowling. Thanks for being a member, and if you're not, here's why you should be. The Metro Detroit USBC is the local association of the United States Bowling Congress, the national governing body of bowling, providing a future for the sport. You can call us at 248-443-2695. We're open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're located in Lathrop Village on Southfield Road. Visit us at MDUSBC.com. Adult annual dues, only $25. Basic memberships are only $10 for those short season leagues. If you're over 55 and you bowl in a senior league, the dues are only $20. And the kids, only $10. Some of the benefits are eligibility for awards, average recognition, bonding, charities, equipment standards, tournaments, uniform league rules, and the local association office for any assistance needed. We help leagues settle disputes and set their rules. Each league is bonded provided the league is certified within 30 days. League funds must be deposited within 7 days. 2 non-related officers, they got to sign for any withdrawals. And the president must personally verify the bank account every month. We have a delivery service which picks up and delivers to each bowling center on a weekly basis. So if you got anything for us, just drop it in the blue bin. Metro Detroit USBC proudly presents this show, Bowling Showcase. Also publishes Bowling Showcase News, a 12-page monthly bowling newspaper with all the bowling news fit to print in the bowling capital of the world, published September through April. Look for it at your local bowling center at the beginning of each month. The MDUSBC Women's and Open Championships will be held at Century Bowl in Waterford starting February 9th. The Michigan State USBC Women's Championships this year will be in Lansing. The Michigan State Open Championship will be in Grand Blanc. The USBC Open Championship will be in Vegas, and the USBC Women's Championship will be in Wichita. Have a great season. Thanks for being a loyal member, and remember, we're always here to help. Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth in Michigan. The championship events for this season include the Women's Championship beginning in February in Lansing, the Open Championship beginning in January in Grand Blanc, and the Youth Championship beginning in March in Granville and Comstock Park. These events are open to all members of the association based on gender and membership. Other events for higher average bowlers include the Youth Masters in November in Battle Creek, the Queens in April in Sanford, the Senior Masters for those over 50 in March, and Masters in April, both in Battle Creek. Pepsi Youth events take place in your league, with qualifiers advancing to the state finals in May in Troy and Sterling Heights. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC. Welcome back. Now, if you saw our first episode of the season, and I know you did, you got a chance to meet some of the amazing bowlers that make up this year's class of inductees to the Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame. So let's take a look at this star-studded affair, which is the 2018 Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame Banquet, right now on Bowling Showcase. Friends, families, and of course bowlers gathered this night at DeCarlo's in Warren to celebrate the distinguished individuals being inducted into this year's class of the Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame. To become a member of this elite group of Metro Detroit bowlers is to achieve one of the highest honors in the bowling community.
Well, just to be nominated is a real honor, but to be inducted is strictly the class of all the people. Detroit's been known as the bowling capital of the world. And to be recognized as one of the best bowlers in our area is certainly an outstanding award. We've had people that are in the National Hall of Fame that come from Detroit. So you could just give you a good idea how much recognition it is to those people that you're joining that type of a crowd. It's really an honor.
Local television personality Paul Gross emceed the ceremony, kept things moving along and focused. However, the stars of the night were the inductees themselves, who regaled the audience with stories, some funny.
Rick tried to coach me in bowling one day and he said, "See the ball, be the ball." It didn't work.
Some poignant.
I remember the headline. It was on the second page of the Free Press, and it said, "Ed Pert becomes the first black bowler on Strohs in 45 years." So, and I still have it at the house, but you know, it's so impactful to remember that and the impact that it had, you know, on the city and on the bowling world.
And some emotional.
I can't thank you enough for taking me back to the bowling alley that following week. I cried. I'm sure I had a meltdown. But you still saw something in me to take that 7-year-old girl back. And to have somebody in your corner who just loves and supports you no matter what, even if you don't believe in yourself sometimes, is the greatest gift you can give someone.
But all showing the importance of bowling in their lives and to the development of the person they are.
My father's here from Florida. He got me really into the game. And he used to tell me to bend my knee, reach for the head pin. And when I have a bad game, he'd say, "Hey, everyone that does what they do always struggles, so there's always tomorrow." And he still teaches me that today. Every time I have a bad game, miss a spare, "Hey, next frame, go get him." If he can figure out my golf swing.
This multi-generational class of inductees represents the best in Detroit bowling.
Oh, every class is excellent. And when you see this year's class, you see the number of 300 games, the number of awards they've received. both city, state, and national tournaments, the number of 800 series. The quality of bowlers that get to this point is always outstanding.
It was an emotional, fun, and entertaining evening for all the inductees and audience alike, and another example of why Detroit is the bowling capital of the world. Congratulations to all of this year's Hall of Fame inductees. What a great evening of friendship, fellowship, some pretty good food too. Well, that's the end of this episode. But before I say goodbye, I want to remind you one more time that in the following weeks, we'll be bringing you the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. 8 youth teams, 7 Baker matches, 1 winner. Here's a little look at what's in store for you. They are the future of our sport. Some of the top youth bowlers Metro Detroit has to offer. Teammates representing their local bowling center out to prove who's best. Varying in ages and experience, but all here for the drive of competition and love of the game. The Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge Trophy is on the line as 8 teams compete in a bowling battle that will leave only 1 team standing and victorious. 8 teams, 1 champion. The Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge is here. Remember, it all starts next week right here on Bowling Showcase, the only show to bring bowling back to Detroit. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Bowling Showcase and continue to support Detroit bowling. Have a comment or a question? Why don't you connect with us at Bowling Showcase on Facebook, Twitter, or email us at bowlingshowcase@gmail.com and let us know. Remember, you can watch rebroadcasts of this show and more at MDUSBC.com. I'm Mark Martin, and I'll see you next time on Bowling Showcase.